In today's video, we are following Rory Gilmore's dating and relationship history over the course of about 15 years. Fictional years, of course. We will consider all 7 seasons of the show as well as the 2016 reboot. Rory has 3 major relationships during the show and fans had firm opinions about who was the best choice. Here at Date Runner we can calculate these matches using objective parameters and understand Rory's decision-making more clearly. Rory has the initial challenge of being more beautiful than she realizes. In the Date Runner system she has a high score. Most of her dating options will either not be considered at all and suitable options will be scarce. The vast majority of people score an average of 4 points, plus or minus 1 point. The extreme low or high scores are on the opposing ends of this bell curve. The people who face challenges finding options tend to be low-scoring men and high-scoring women. According to Date Runner, dating options for men and women are not perceived in quite the same way. Men can see a score 1 point lower than their own as a good match, while a woman cannot. The high score also affects perception. Rory, due to her high score, will statistically never be able to find what we call a great catch because a great catch is 1 or more points higher than her own, making it technically impossible. Rory lives in a small town and all she really knows are compromises which for women are equal or 1 point lower scores. Dean is the first to almost score as a good match, almost. Dean has a good appearance and average status score. Since younger women are putting more weight on appearance than status at this thinking stage and because Rory and Dean have the same approach style and communicate well, they end up dating. Both Rory and Dean are having an approach style we call a -1 approach, meaning they are showing interest for each other completely through dialogue and spending a lot of time together. It takes Rory a long time to begin to accept or make any physical contact. Dean attempts once to kiss Rory and she runs away. The second time she is caught off guard and they begin their physical relationship. Dean has a job at the supermarket and reveals that he plans to remain in the town and work in construction. Though they have quite a stable and caring relationship, Rory feels pulled toward another edgier option. Jess is Rory's second significant relationship on the show and their dating period is full of drama. Jess comes to Rory's small town to live with his uncle after facing some serious life challenges in New York City. Compared with Dean he is more cosmopolitan and undeniably more angsty, which is interpreted by Rory as more sophisticated though frustrating and fascinating to deal with. Jess's score in the Date Runner system is quite similar to Dean's with a point lower score in the appearance category for his shorter height. Jess is frustrated by the minus approach style of not only Rory but the other girls in town, and we see him becoming physical quickly with other girls when it's possible. This affects Rory, and she gets slightly jealous and a bit disgusted by it. She doesn't understand his behavior or the behavior of pluses in general. As a +1 Jess expects quicker results in dating and is easily annoyed by Rory's attitude. He often delivers blows to her ego and is hot and cold toward her, praising her at times and insulting her at others. When they are beginning to get to know each other more deeply he begins to disappear and reappear after months as if nothing had happened. As Rory has never been treated in this way during dating, it makes her anxious to understand and to smooth things over. It takes her a long time to realize it will be impossible to ever make him act as she expects. When Dean is rejected by Rory, he begins another relationship and gets married. As he is building a house for his future family, he ends up spending time with Rory and they eventually sleep together. When Dean's marriage breaks apart the two are again officially together. Though there were earlier hints that Rory was dissatisfied with Dean's lack of ambition, it becomes more clear that Dean has become even more of a compromise. Rory's way of thinking has subtly changed and it seems her thinking age in our system has matured to a stage where status matters relatively more. This is where Logan, Rory's final significant relationship on the show, enters. Logan is both good-looking and rich, the heir apparent of a news media mogul's empire. He is a charming frat boy. His approach style is very active, a +2 in our system. +2s are hunters and close physical distances as quickly as possible. Again, Rory is confused over his behavior and history repeats itself. She approaches in the way only a minus knows how, by trying to spend quality time with him and have long conversations. In order to do this, she investigates a secret society Logan is a part of. Rory seems to believe that her ambition and competence will set her apart in Logan's eyes and learns, to her dismay, that this isn't really the case. For men, generally, some exceptions aside, very high ambition will not affect the way they choose a partner. Logan tells Rory he is not ready to be a boyfriend and has many options. Rory decides to have a casual sexual relationship with him, but realizes that this is not her style. She is very unhappy. It is quite common for a minus to feel bad in such a scenario. In our system, +2s are most transparent about what they want and Logan is no different. When Rory eventually gives him an ultimatum and says they should be a serious couple, Logan decides he will do it. The dating process ends up working out in their case, but it costs a lot of effort and difficult emotions on both sides. Logan and Rory are together on the show for 2 seasons and their relationship culminates in a proposal of marriage from Logan. Rory declines, mostly due to her ambition. In the 2016 reboot of the show, we see that Rory has changed. Her own style of dating is a +1 approach style. It is likely that being in a plussy environment changed her. She is Logan's mistress rather than his wife and she has an impulsive sexual encounter during the reboot season. She treats her current boyfriend quite badly and ends their relationship without communication. Rory seems to display, herself, things that disturbed or hurt her from dating partners in the past. Here at Date Runner, we find Rory's decisions and changes realistically written, particularly for the challenges we would expect to see a high-scoring minus woman try to overcome. We wish all the characters happiness in future reboots. Thanks for watching. If you enjoy our content, please think about backing the project on Patreon or Subscribestar. We'd also love to hear your thought in the comments below.